Hello, you guys. Welcome back to our weekly report of the daily Bible readings. Now, where we are during the week that this video goes over is between April 26th and May 2nd. Now, through this course in the Old Testament, we are still running through Judges. The fascinating readings as we read through these rescuers of Israel, even leading up to the life of Samson, who y'all may recognize as someone who had magnificent strength from the Lord and was inevitably well, I don't know if he wasn't technically killed, but he died. And he basically sacrificed himself to destroy what was left of the Philistine leadership. And that sort of helped his people in Israel. And it was a fascinating story because it was a birth given to his mother that was for a woman, of course talking about his mother, who had knowledge that she would not have a baby. Naturally. It just wouldn't happen. But the angel of the Lord appeared and told her that it will happen. He gave her some instructions, such as not drinking wine or any other alcoholic drinks and not eating forbidden food. And of course, Samson was a very weird or very odd character, I mean, he literally had one instance, or one thing he was talking about in the Bible, he killed a lion and then ate honey from the carcass of the lion. There were some bees apparently that made honey, that was making honey in its carcass, and Samson decided to eat the honey from the carcass of a lion. And he fed some to his parents. Just crazy stuff with Samson, but he was a true testament about the strength of God that can be provided to his people. So yeah, it's very fascinating reading in Judges. And then, of course, in the New Testament, we see, let's see where we're in 26 exactly. I believe at the end of Luke, going through the end of Luke, to the beginning of John, the first few chapters of John in this week. Luke has been very good readings. It's been going over, let's see, in this week we've been focusing on the arrest of Jesus on the 26th, and then all the way to, wait, not in John. Ignore John for now. End of Luke. I think it's technically the end of Luke, but let me check. Yes, the end of Luke, which is conveniently on the last day of April. Oh no, second to last day of April. Whoops. And the beginning of John is at the end of April. Okay, but to the end of Luke, where he ascends into the heavens, and his disciples spent their time in the temple praising God after he has ascended into heaven. And then, of course, we go in through John, and we see some of the beginning of Jesus' ministry through the eyes of John the Baptist, who was, of course, baptizing people in the name of the Lord in the wilderness. And according to scriptures, there would be a man who would say that the Lord is coming to save the world. And, of course, this came true when John the Baptist was referring to Christ coming to save the world. And clear the way for the Lord's coming, part of one verse says. So, yeah, and of course, as we go through the end of May 2nd, or as we go into, the reading of John on that day, let's see, about a wedding celebration in Cana, basically the instance where Jesus turns water into wine. Basically his first public display of his power. And his first display of miracles through the works of God. And then, of course, we got inspirational and heartfelt psalms and good lessons from the Proverbs, which should always be taken into account. And, of course, both these things, the Psalms and the Proverbs, should never be taken lightly. And they can be very useful for everyday life and everyday reading. Good recommendation for that is always look at the Psalms and Proverbs. A lot to be looked at and a lot to learn, and a lot of very interesting stuff about the Bible and the Lord from the Psalms and Proverbs. So yeah, it's very interesting reading this week. So let's see, if technically starts on May 3rd, then that means that the end of next week would be May 9th. Hope I have that down right. Okay. So yeah, a lot of very fascinating things were read over this week. The week that just passed. I'm sorry for the late arrival again. I need to be better at this. I need to be better at catching up the readings. I'm sorry. I need to be better at sharing this video at the right time too, you know? That doesn't make sense to report about a week of reading a couple days after that week is done. That doesn't make sense. So I'm really sorry again, y'all, and I know I need to do better on that. So I believe that does it for that week's reading from the 26th to the 2nd, 26th of April to the 2nd of May. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you all learned a bunch from this. And let me know in the comments if I'm missing something from this week or from that week that just passed. Thank you all so much for all the support you have given to this channel thus far and all these videos. I hope you all enjoyed again. Thank you all so much for all the support. And we will see y'all next time. God bless.